Hello, today I will be speaking about practicing the saxophone in relation to the time and place of the study session. So before talking briefly about assembling the instrument, warming up, technique, and repertoire, I would like to go over some habits that, though not musical, might be helpful in practice sessions. Like with any other musical instrument and study session, practicing the saxophone requires a time and a place, and that you be consistent about it. Let's focus on how to choose that time and place. The mornings are a good time to practice in general because you are full of energy that helps you focus and be more creative. That's only if you had a well-rested night the day before. I'm not saying that mornings are the only time you can practice because you might have to work or go to school, have a medical appointment. What I'm saying is that even when the mornings tend to be the most productive part of the day for most people, find a time and place that suits you personally, meaning that it will be easy to attend always or at least most of the time. In regard to the place, practice rooms, studios, and offices are common places for musicians to practice because they are able to listen to themselves playing. Also, while the majority of people find practice rooms and studios to be the best place to practice because of the almost total silence there is, remember that you do not need to get into an anechoic chamber to listen to yourself well. Some people find complete silence to be disturbing, which can affect their concentration. Other students find that practicing outdoors is more pleasant. You see them around campus playing all kinds of musical instruments. Like with time, find a place where you are able to focus and that you are not interrupted ever, or at least minimally. Simply find a place that suits you personally. When it comes to the actual technique exercises, warming up should be the first thing you do. The first warm-up exercise, it's like a pre-warm-up exercise, should be playing long tones with the neck of the saxophone and the mouthpiece alone. They only produce a single tone, so this should only take around 5 minutes. Then you can start playing long tones with the neck and mouthpiece attached to the body of the saxophone, meaning the whole instrument. Playing long tones is useful for warming up as well as for developing a rich sound. Doing this warming up routine should take you around 20 to 30 minutes. The traditional technique exercises are, besides long tones, are scales and arpeggios. They are very good for developing an even timbre throughout the whole range of the saxophone and for connecting intervals more smoothly throughout the whole range of the instrument. With that being said, you should only practice scales. You should practice scales full range. You can choose from major, minor harmonic, natural or melodic scales, also modal, chromatic, jazz scales, depending always on what you are working on and the goals you have in mind. This should take you around another 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the time you consider necessary to assign to these exercises. Always remember that technique should be related to the pieces you are working on or the goals that you have in mind. Repertoire. Now that you already warmed up by playing long tones, scales, arpeggios, and all of that, you can go ahead and work on your repertoire. Or maybe take a 5 minutes break where you drink some water or even eat a small snack. It's totally on you. If this is the first time you are practicing a piece, ideally you should be reading the score only, not playing, and listening to an appropriate recorded version, recorded audio or video version of the piece. After listening and reading the music, then play the score, paying attention only to the notes. Take it step by step because later you will have time for dynamics, interpretations, tempo markings, which are another subject that for time reasons I left out of the video. In conclusion, how to practice is something that needs to be answered in a personal way. There are many methods out there and it is good if you study them, but your personal needs, technical as well as in regard to place and time, are unique. Find what suits you personally and put it into practice. Thank you.